So welcome to the new member orientation. And our mission at the Chamber is pretty simple: to promote, inform, and empower the businesses of Hermosa Beach. Hopefully this isn't news to you and you knew what you were joining when you joined the Chamber. One of the more important aspects that I want to make sure you know that's an asset to you is the Chamber website. It has a ton of resources on it, most notably the list of member benefits that can be found on the membership info tab on the website. Please visit there. It's where I mostly send folks to get a link to join if they have recommendations for folks to join the Chamber, but also just so you can see the list of full member benefits. And this list dynamically changes as we expand. With that said, oh, sorry, so sorry. Apologies, the dog wasn't planned for today's presentation. In addition to that, there's a business directory in there that you can look up all of our other Chamber members, and you can simply search for them. Let's see if Olivia wants to join us. Olivia, please. Thank you. Apologies then, the life of Zoom, guys. There's a business directory and you can search and find others and you can contact. So this is an easy way if you're looking to make connections to other businesses that are members. With that said, moving on, there's also the calendar. I've been pushing this very heavily lately. You can add your own events to the calendar. There's this lovely little plus button over here. All you have to do is click it and you can add your event to the calendar. If you go there now, you'll see how massively robust it is. And let me move one more time. So the Chamber will be getting an office very soon and that will be a problem. Apologies. So the events calendar is massively robust. Now I want to bring this to your attention specifically because in addition to adding, let me scroll back there really quick. In addition to adding regular community events to the calendar and events that relate to your business, we also regularly add business resource events. So from SCORE and the SBDC, so webinars that are free and resources for you. So you can check if you happen to have nothing on your calendar on Friday and feel like learning some tips to help your business. You can look at the calendar and find something to do. So you can see over here the basics of search engine optimization, a webinar for entrepreneur and business owner tools, new restaurant revitalization fund grant webinar. So there's just a bunch of resources on here. And you can also filter by category. So if it gets a little overwhelming. So please, you can add to that. The entire Member Center tab here gives you a bunch of resources that I'm on top of and constantly updating. Particularly the resources tab I'm trying to get more on top of. But if you have recommendations or requests for this, I'm happy to update. But this is a resource for you. You'll see here our new musician directory. If you're a business that wants to have musicians performing at your business, we have now a musician directory. You can look up and see musicians to hire for your business. You can, if you have a job opening, please post your job there. We share it with the community and share it out on social media. Let me keep going because I believe Millie prepared this presentation and some amazing features on some of this. You can also log into the portal, which is the back end, which is just for you members. And you can update some of your content inside. This is the Inside Member Portal. You can write messages to each other. There's a feed. This is like Facebook for Chamber members. You can do all kinds of things like add events from in here, do the job postings in here. You can also pay your dues in here. You can update your profile. You can see other folks' profiles in here, adjust your settings, find more resources, access the directory and so forth in here. You can see, obviously, this is the job posting, job search. The resources page now has the whole details on what's permitted for live and ambient music in Hermosa, which was permitted with the urgency ordinance a couple weeks ago. That detail is all on this resources page, so you can find it all here. And we also have a complete tab devoted to SCORE, which is they will provide for you a no charge, a mentor to help your business in whatever area you're trying to grow. A fabulous resource. So these are all available on our website. We also have a marketing ops page, which I'm going to be building out talking about some of the details that I have in the presentation today that I'll show you, because now we've expanded ways in which we can help promote your business. So taking advantage of some of our marketing opportunities, obviously you can post your job listings and events to the Chamber website. We just talked about that. Tag us in social media, which I'll show you in a second. You can send us some ads to feature in the Beach Bulletin, which is our newsletter. I'll talk about that in a second. Send a promotional email. I'll also talk about that in a second. Or sponsor some events or projects, big and large. We have all kinds of things, and I'll talk about those as well. Social media. So we have become super robust in this game. We have 3 accounts that we're managing. And if you're not following them, you absolutely should be. And if you need help managing your social media accounts, we have a ton of small businesses in town, really robust ones, or smaller, more affordable ones that I'm happy to connect you with if you need help with social media, to help get your social media going. But if you're doing it yourself, by all means, please make sure that you are following all 3 accounts. The Chamber account provides some marketing of our local businesses, but also provides specific info, resources that relate to you. So we put announcements in here that relate to you, both in our story and in our posts. So you'll see here, we are announcing next week, we'll have we are having the guest, the chief, the city manager, and the deputy city manager come and present the new Shines plan directly with city members. This is exclusive access for you to directly ask them questions about the plan. Things like this will be shared on this account. Hermosa One IG, there's a little IG there for Instagram, was what I created long before I came to the Chamber, but is now part of the Chamber. We're continuing to keep going. And we use this to reach our local audience, our South Bay community. And we use this to promote business, local businesses heavily, particularly Chamber membership. And we require Chamber membership to really promote you on here. Occasionally here or there, I will promote a business that isn't quite a member yet to show them how it can work and to entice them to join. But in general, I now require them to be a Chamber member in order for us to promote them on here. And we share both posts and stories, which I'll show you how to do in a second. And this is really to cultivate the Hermosa brand and to get folks excited about the community. So we feature some locals with their dogs and some promotion of Hermosa life and so forth. So if you're the kind of business that really wants to reach locals, this is the brand you really want to be engaging with us. And then Truly Hermosa, which is our visitors bureau. And really, this is where we target the lifestyle of Hermosa to SoCal daycationers, to staycationers, and to the visitors more broadly. We are focusing right now, our tactic is to focus on, post-COVID, or this time period we're in, is to focus on the folks that might be coming for the day trips or the weekends that can drive. But obviously for the long haul, we're reviving our visitors bureau to really focus on, truly Hermosa and what that means for folks who might want to come visit our beautiful, the best little beach city. So please tag us in those posts what might be relevant when you're marketing. Now, stories are a growing important element, particularly on Instagram. And for those of you that are doing stories, if you don't know, please tag us in your stories. When you do that, it automatically notifies us that you've tagged us in a story, and it allows us to quickly reshare. I automatically reshare all stories that we've been tagged in by all of our members. So if you're promoting an event or a sale or a special or some great photography, please, when you share a story, tag us in it so that we can reshare it. Because I cannot share your story if you don't tag us in it. And that the same goes for posts. Tag us in your posts. Now, I can't easily repost a post, so I try and save them and get to them, and I try to be fair and cover posts fairly. But for sure stories, I automatically do it. So take advantage of that. The Beach Bulletin was released a month ago. We just completed our 4th issue. It is the new Hermosa Beach community newsletter that is a community service to Hermosa Beach, provided by the Hermosa Beach Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau. It is a robustly growing list of Hermosa residents, stakeholders, community members, a little bit of the broader South Bay community, and of course, business owners and managers and representatives. The bulletin, if you have not read it yet, although hopefully since you've joined, you've received at least one issue, includes a little bit of intro, what's going on in town, and then a long list of content areas, special events, new businesses in town, new members, community news, sponsors, artist of the month, and an area called local highlights. And this is an opportunity where you can definitely capitalize on marketing to our local community. You can submit to us a 1200 by 630 graphic and a link, and we'll insert it in local highlights. You can see here, Mikos is in here today, and this was their submission. And it's yes, and it's clickable. And so it helps market, and I can give you back later the click rate on that from the email, and hopefully you get a little traction from that. You can be included. We only include 4 per issue, so it's first come, first serve. The Beach Bulletin goes every other week, and you can be included up to 6 times a year. So this is at the bottom of your member center emails that come every Monday. Hopefully you've been receiving those. But all of this information, in case this is a little overwhelming for you, which by the way, I'll be giving a video of this out later, so don't feel rushed. You'll get this PDF as well as the video, but also this specific information about marketing here in the email is at the bottom of your member center email the last 2 weeks at minimum. I'll keep it there for a while so you have this information. We also have started a new program called Promoted Emails, and this is a way for you to have a designated email that we will send to our entire list with just your content to our email list. And this is an example that Fusion took advantage of. They had an event going on, and we sent this to our email list. And it does say promoted email at the top. We want to be transparent about that. But this is available to members only, but it is a $100 cost. But it's easy. You get a little invoice for it and you can pay for it online. We only send 1 a week. We don't want to inundate folks. So you do need to make that reservation in advance, and you simply email me to let me know you'd like to send it. Other benefits of membership, advocacy and guidance. This is something we have particularly been very active on in the last couple of months. Unlike ever before, I should say, or at least in recent history, we've been particularly engaged in deep listening of our member businesses of all sizes. And we welcome your inquiries and feedback, large and small businesses. Individually or collectively, we've been advocating for you throughout the community and with the city. Some examples of this, we've been speaking up with city and stakeholders for applications to expand businesses or make some modifications to their business models. Inquiries for resources. We have some businesses that have been looking to either buy or sell or looking for connections for resources. And I've had been able to make those connections for them. Connections for expertise. We've had some businesses that needed to know how other businesses were making things work, and I was able to connect them with other business models that had the resources to make things work. I am that resource for you. If I'm not, I can point you in the right direction. By all means, I'm happy to make that connection for you. You should reach out. We've also conducted a survey that hopefully you had a chance to complete. We'll be doing more surveys. I want to hear back from you. The board wants to hear back from you. We want to make sure that we are responding to our member community as a whole. So please don't be afraid to speak up. And by all means, if you have inquiries about our community, about city policy or anything that you don't particularly want anybody else to know, I am that resource for you. I can be trusted and you can ask me. In extension of that conversation of working with the city, we have a liaison at the city that many of you know. She is on this call today. Christy's here with us, and at the end, hopefully you can meet with her a bit, but she's a phenomenal resource. We're so lucky to have her, and that was added in this last year. And if you feel comfortable to reach out to her directly, she's here as a resource. But also you can reach out to me and I'm happy to connect you with her as well. As a chamber, we also sit on the city's economic development stakeholder group. So we're privy to a bunch of the information that's being developed at the city level, and we can give that information to you and give you insight into what's happening at the city level, particularly affecting businesses. So if you want to know what's happening, you can call us or we'll give you that information specifically for industry specific businesses, or if you heard rumors about something going on in town, let us know, Christy or myself, or I can connect you or we can talk about it together, because we are really trying to really open up dialogue in this town about what's happening. We want everybody to know and have a voice. Some really great outcomes that have come out of this advocacy and communication we've been doing with the city is, really advocating for this outdoor experience that we've been developing for since the pandemic. We've been advocating for this outdoor experience of the outdoor dining decks. You'll notice that I'm calling it an experience because we believe that it's more than just dining decks. We believe that it's the whole thing: outdoor live music, dining decks, outdoor life, everything that comes with really what Hermosa is, which is being outside and enjoying the environment that we live in. And so we want to sell it as that experience. The music urgency ordinance that was approved a couple weeks ago after the survey that you guys completed and everybody was really prioritizing music on the agenda, we fought for that and really pushed heavily on the city. And Christy, who attends and presents at our board meetings for a short bit every month, brought us great news at a meeting that the city was going to add that on the agenda, and it passed with a bunch of community input. And so now we have lively music on the streets at many of our businesses, and it's so beautiful and amazing. So these are some of the examples of great work that we've been trying to do and work with the city, an example of the partnership that we've been working on. Let's see here. Oop, I fast forwarded a little too much. I mentioned earlier connections with other businesses. We are here to facilitate some of that. One avenue that I haven't fully explored yet, but will be building soon, is connecting businesses with other businesses within your own industries. My dream is to make it my dream scenario, and you can count me on this and see if we can get there by next year this time, is to have all, for example, to have all salons know all the owners of all the other salons in town. You don't have to network all the time, have the same business models, and be friends by any means, or network all the time on a regular basis. But if a pandemic, knocking on wood, were to hit us again, it would be nice if suddenly everybody could get on an email exchange or text, and all the salon owners could band together and talk about what they could do to work together to get out of something like this. So I would love to start engaging with industry specific groups and gathering that way. And this is something that I'll be working with and presenting to the board in the future. I've talked about it a little bit with salons as a topic example, but I'll look forward to your feedback on that with some of the other industries in town. So we'll talk about that. Business to business discounts as sort of your membership benefits. I look forward if any of you have any ideas that you want to share and add in here. I don't know if I saw James in here, but oh, he's not a new member. He's a longtime member. Minuteman Press, for example, you probably got something in the mail from them. They offer benefits to other chamber members. You get some discounted printing if you got something in the mail. If you didn't, you probably will. If you have an offer that you'd like to give to other chamber members, there's an opportunity in that portal to add that, or you can ask me or ask Millie, and we'll help get you set up. Probably ask me because Millie's still a volunteer. Millie, I'm sorry, I appreciate you being a volunteer so much. We'll get you set up and to offer that to other members, but we'd like to build this area up a little bit more. And ribbon cuttings, new businesses in this room. Maybe some of you, this ribbon cutting opportunity doesn't fit your business model. By all means, we welcome you to town. But if ribbon cuttings are in your future or you missed it out because of the pandemic, let's talk. We just did the Brews Hall last week. It was an amazing event. This is a wonderful photo. We had a great time, but we definitely do this for new businesses that come to town. Member events. So obviously during COVID, we've done some virtual events, not a ton before I was here, just because, you know, it's been a struggle with virtual events. Everybody's on Zoom all day long. Nobody wants to stay on Zoom all the time. We are going to get a little creative here as we transition into some physical events later in the summer. But with that, we do have webinars, some presentations, some I believe we'll begin to have some annual meetings, networking luncheons, industry-specific groups I mentioned, and then board elections in the fall. We do also have committees, if you don't already know this. The board establishes committees every year in the new leadership, and our existing committees, we have our membership, the Downtown Hermosa Business Association and Restaurants Committee, Economic Development Committee, the Aviation PCH Committee, and Marketing. And if you have any interest in joining any of these committees, you're welcome to join them. So just let me know and I'll be happy to introduce you to the chairs of those committees. We also have regular chamber events. Hopefully you're familiar with some of these. On the left here, we have annual gala, Man and Woman of the Year, State of the City. We produce these events, but on the right is probably what you're most familiar with that the Chamber produces. Maybe you're familiar with some of this list, but not all of this list. The St. Patrick's Day Parade, a time-honored treasure here in town. Spring Sidewalk Sale, Memorial Day Fiesta, Summer Sidewalk Sale, Labor Day Fiesta Hermosa, Holiday Open House, Holiday Tree Lighting, and New Year's Celebration down at Pier Plaza. We are not having the Memorial Day, if you haven't heard, Memorial Day Fiesta Hermosa, but we are working on a modified LA County Health Department approved Hermosa, Fiesta Hermosa for Labor Day at this time. We aren't fully certified with that yet, but we are working on it. Good. So with that, yes. Sponsorship opportunities. I am always in conversations and open to conversations about sponsorship opportunities. We have two types of sponsorship opportunities. We have our annual sponsors that we basically recognize all year long on our website and in all of our email communications that we recognize as a staple supporters, as other chambers recognize them usually as chairman sponsors. It's not that different with us. I just want to come up with a super clever name and I haven't gotten there yet. That's the truth. But an annual sponsor comes in, really supports the chamber all year long, and we're very grateful for that. And if you might be one of those, or you know somebody who is, please connect me. We appreciate those sponsorships. You know, we are a nonprofit. The events and projects, however, sponsorships are super fun, and a lot of folks feel like they like to come in sponsorship level in this direction, which we obviously have sponsors at the Fiesta level, but also for our sidewalk sales, gift exchanges. If you don't know already, I'm known for the gift exchanges. We did a Nominate a Mom gift exchange. We did the Holiday Support Local gift exchange and the Valentine's Secret Valentine gift exchange. We get all the residents to shop locally for a secret neighbor that we pair you up with, and get a little local shopping going. We would love some sponsorships on that level, as well as sponsorships for some of our webinar events and community projects. I'm trying to work on a little bit of scavenger hunt, maybe for Memorial Day weekend in the works. Also have a little bit of mental health awareness signage coming out later this week. Some You Are Enough signs being distributed to community members later this week, and putting them out to our community for them to be able to put in their windows in this community, and looking for perhaps a sponsor or volunteers to help distribute those. We are trying to really engage in the community and encourage them to support our local businesses. So
is that your project, that You Are Enough?
No, it's not. It is Kathy Kaplinger and Connecta Credit Union have been spearheading that project. Yep, I'm in the talks with Connecta on possibly sponsoring that effort. So I don't want to I don't want to lock them down with that. Maybe they're a regular sponsor of the chamber, so that they might sponsor something
I
else.
just wondered where it came from because I've seen it
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, they have lots of billboards. I think they have 9 across the South Bay. So mental health as coming out of the pandemic, ever important, and just trying to do more community projects, involve folks, and take advantage of partnerships so that we can promote our local businesses, elevate some important topics, and get some attention to drive some traffic to our local economy. So we're excited about that. With all of that said, one of the gems that a lot of our businesses don't know about, and we're lucky to have them here today with us, is the South Bay Workforce Investment Board. If you don't know about this gem, you should know. And I'm going to give the floor to Elisa here for about 5 minutes, and then she's going to hang on at the end if you have questions. The Workforce Investment Board can provide you with staffing, but can also share in the cost of that staffing to some degree, depending on your business type or depending on what kind of employee you're looking for. She'll talk a little bit about that, but this is an amazing resource that we have that a lot of people don't know about. So I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna give Elisa the floor here. Where are you, Elisa? There you are. All right, there you are. I'm gonna let you go for it.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and it's just a pleasure, and good afternoon to everyone. I am the job developer / career specialist here at our Torrance One Stop, and it is the South Bay Workforce Investment Board, which is my employer, but we have 4 one-stop locations throughout the South Bay. So I work in Torrance, and my area is Torrance and all the beach cities and Lomita. So I just want to offer to everyone, I know you're new businesses in Hermosa or you're new to the chamber, but we do a lot for employers throughout the South Bay, and we provide all kinds of services at no cost. So right now, what we've been doing a lot, I know so many people are hiring, especially restaurants and hospitality, really truck driving, I mean, the gamut, but we know everyone's opening up, and June 15th will be open, full swing. So what we do is we do a lot of virtual hiring events. We provide the Zoom information, we create flyers. And if your business is hiring, particularly 1 or, mostly at least 3 people, we can provide that service and, really promote your business through that. We can also promote your business by just creating a flyer saying, hey, we're hiring. What I like to do is have the resume sent to me. I, interview them, speak with them, and then I can pass the resume on to you guys if it's, someone that I think is a viable candidate for you. We also have a paid work experience program, which is for our youth, 14 to 24, I believe. But, and basically what we do is we work with local businesses. They provide the experience and the training, and we provide the $15 an hour hourly wage, for anywhere from 100 to 120 hours. Right now we're working with Facebook, and Facebook is providing training for our young adults, and then we are placing them with employers for digital and social media experience, and that's at no cost to the employer. So we're always teaming up and working with different organizations and businesses to, really provide you guys with the best services. We also have programs like on-the-job training, where it's a 3-month program. You guys provide the training. We provide the majority, up to 75% of the hourly wage. And then the expectation is that you'll hire them on full-time after the 3 months. We work with a transitional subsidized employment, and, that's a 10-month training program. So the list goes on and on. I could go on for a full hour, literally. I have a presentation that would provide me to do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my name and email address in the chat. And if anyone has any questions with my phone number, please don't hesitate to call me. And let me know how I can help you. I also have a caseload of adults and youth that are looking for work. So, I may be able to provide someone for you, immediately. So with that said, I just want to welcome, thank you for welcoming me. I appreciate it. I work with all the local chambers, particularly, Redondo and Lomita and Torrance. Those are the ones I seem to work mostly with. Manhattan Beach too, they're opening, so that, will provide more opportunities. But anyway, it's just been a pleasure. I know I went so quickly, but I have so much information to share. So like I say, I'm going to put my name and information in the chat. Don't hesitate, please, to reach out and contact me with any questions you may have. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Elisa. I appreciate that.
Of course, I don't know if it was 5 minutes or not, but I didn't want to go
you're great.
over.
No, you're great. And you're such a great resource. I truly appreciate you sharing with us today.
Well, thank you so much. And I do want to make one plug. On June 17th, we are having a Blueprint job fair, and it's for the youth and young adults in the South Bay community. So if you're interested in promoting your business, and if you have openings, please contact me, and I'd be happy to send you information on that as well. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. And Elisa, if you want to send us information, we're happy to share that as well on our socials and in our email, our next Monday email, if it doesn't occur before Monday. And with that, just a reminder, we do send all of our member center emails on Mondays. If for some reason any of you are not getting those, please let me know. One of the important things to remember is that you can include anybody on your staff that you need to our communications. So if, for example, you are the owner of a business, but you have somebody managing your social media that you think should be clued in on the beach bulletin or the member center emails, or a manager that needs to receive that information, you can log into the portal and add them as a rep on your business, and it'll automatically add their email to all of those communications. Or you can simply reach out to me and send me their contact information, and I'll add them as reps. But it's a resource for them to know how to use the system and be a rep, so that they can go in and add events, particularly if they're the people that might do those job postings or event ads and so forth for you. Please, don't hesitate to reach out for that. Those communications are really important. We send a lot of good information. I've been sending out a ton of resources for new funding sources, new events coming out, and calls to action in our community for activities going on. So with that said, I believe we're near the end here. So this is just my contact information. I introduced you all to Jan Britton earlier. I don't know if Marina's in here with us, and I believe Courtney is now also joining our membership committee. I'm so grateful for them. I'm going to stop sharing here in a second. But they are, hopefully that you heard from one of them in the last month or so. They're our welcoming committee, our membership committee, and they're a resource here for you. They can answer any questions about the chamber. So am I. I'm happy to be a resource for you, like I said. Our board of directors is also incredibly involved, and you can learn more about them on our website, obviously. And I also want to extend to anybody who I haven't done already, if I haven't come and visited you, we haven't had a meeting, or we haven't met, by all means, reach out. That's my job. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to get to know about your business, how I can help, how we can better work together, what your business model is, and how the chamber can listen better and serve our business community. I'm here to learn.